Hi everyone, welcome to the Reflex WMS customer case. BYD optimizes its logistics in a matter of weeks. I'm Lado, and I'm the web admin for BYD Europe. Essentially, was the IT technical person that was responsible for the successful implementation of the WMS on BYD side for this project. Essentially, for this case, we'll essentially give you a better understanding of BYD, who we are and what we represent, our pre-WMS challenges and why we needed to implement the WMS, the WMS selection procedure, essentially what the status and the whole process was for selecting a WMS, why we chose Reflex as a WMS partner, the implementation we chose to proceed with the WMS, which was the express methodology and the lessons learned from it. And we'll also present the benefits and the results of using the Reflex WMS. And to sum it all off, we'll dive into the future WMS ambitions for BYD Europe. To start off with, essentially, BYD is a leading high-tech global multinational company founded in 1995 in Shenzhen, China. Started off essentially as a lithium-ion battery supplier to Motorola and Nokia, and in about 2003 or so, it saw an opportunity to tap into the automobile industry, to take its essentially competitive advantage, which were the batteries, and to apply into other core operations. And the automobile industry was next. We're also listed on the Hong Kong exchange, and essentially have diversified our businesses in the following four operations, which are electronics. This includes essentially anything ranging from the semiconductors to the batteries that you may be holding in your phone to tablets and so on. We also have automobiles ranging from electric forklifts, trucks, center vehicles, and electric buses. The new energy regarding batteries and solar panels. And the last but not least, the fourth core business, which is the rail transit. Now, these four core operations have evolved since the beginning of 1995 when BYD came into reality. And ever since then, it has been led by four core values, which are excellence, pragmatism, passion, and innovation. Now, with these four values, core values, we essentially amassed a group revenue of 17.25 billion euros in a matter of 2 decades, with 240,000 employees worldwide and 20,000 R&D engineers. We also have and currently hold about 15,000 patents worldwide. BYD has over 22 years of experience and is the only company in the automotive sector to have started its life as a battery maker. And since then, we've managed to present ourselves in more than 6 continents: North America, South America, China, Asia, Australia, Africa, Europe, and eventually, hopefully, we'll get to Antarctica. We also have about 30 manufacturing sites worldwide, and with more than 40 offices. The headquarters is placed in Shenzhen, while the manufacturing sites are dispersed globally. And the main European headquarters is in Schiedam and in Rotterdam as well, and since 1998. We also have a electric bus and truck factory in Hungary. It was the first electric bus factory in Europe for BYD. And we also recently opened a factory in France near Paris in which we are producing and manufacturing electric buses for our European customers. We also have a production line of electric forklifts. This, again, in Europe, we are mainly an automobile provider in which we provide electric forklifts, electric trucks, such as, we essentially are the largest. We had the largest electric refuse truck order, and also the largest electric truck order in Latin America as well recently. We also provide port equipment in various ports worldwide, in which we use our electric vehicles to help transport raw goods and also goods in general in the ports. We also have electric passenger vehicles, BYD Tang, which was recently released in Norway, usually making its appearance in Norway and eventually in different parts of Europe if all goes well. And we also have BYD Han, rather a top tier electric vehicle that goes from 0 to 100 in less than 2 seconds. We also have produced and invested and manufactured the BYD Skyrail, which was took an investment of 800 million euros and 5 years of R&D development, with the support of more than 1,200 engineers. Recently, we celebrated with Brazil the world's first cross-sea Skyrail, in which we were able to implement it in Brazil, other than in China's Shenzhen headquarters. Now, this product line of the BYD buses is essentially the products in which we implemented our Reflex WMS for. So the whole distribution center is focused on this product line, or at least some of it, because we have essentially around 400 plus e-buses dispersed in the EU, which are on order or in service in more than 12 countries and 39 cities. Recently, we also placed the largest electric bus order in Europe of over 259 pure electric BYD e-buses, and this was placed by an organization in the Netherlands. And we also have the world's largest and longest pure electric bus. Now, the following are essentially e-buses that are transporting netizens from point A to point B, in which the Reflex WMS case is supporting the maintenance and the functioning operations for these buses as displayed. And these buses are operating in various countries, ranging from France to Italy to Spain, Netherlands, and so on and so forth. This is our BYD Breda distribution center, in which all the e-bus spare parts are being maintained and distributed for our customers. And essentially, this is where we implemented the Reflex WMS. Now I will dive into the pre-WMS challenges and why we as an organization opted towards implementation of a WMS. Going back to a few months earlier, last year, so we were using an outdated system in which produced low efficiency and high operating costs. A lot of this was led to a lot of manual-based operations in inbounds and outbounds, meaning our team members were doing everything manually, in which a lot of the steps were time-consuming and did not provide the level of service our customers demanded and needed, most importantly. The system we were using was limited in its functions and features. It was unable to be integrated with other systems via API. And on top of that, the platform we were using was unable to provide transparency to our customers, meaning stock level, traceability, sales order and history, product images, back order information and ETA, transportation costs, and statuses of our customers' orders were unable to be retrieved and, most importantly, monitored and shared to our customers. Now, this led to essentially the demand for the future, and most importantly for our customers, to implement and work towards an integrated planning and execution platform. We needed to essentially reduce our costs, improve our productivity of our employees, and also improve the overall service level for our customers. We needed a robust platform which would support all relevant partners inside and outside the organization into the planning process, where quick collaboration would happen based on a single source of trusted data. We need to respond more effectively to demand fluctuations and supply disruptions. Essentially, with the high increase of electric buses, or rather electric vehicles, the supply disruptions and demand fluctuations are unprecedented in times like these. We needed a platform that would support multi-echelon inventory optimization, which would drive down the working capital investments and drive up service levels by supporting an effective inbound and outbound of goods within our distribution center. We needed to align our daily operations with corporate strategy. And WMS was fundamental towards the path of aligning information and gaining information to have a better overview ecosystem to manage the overall procedure. And on top of that, to integrate with our digitized platforms such as the web portal to provide an e-commerce platform to our customers. This led to the need and the request for a WMS, a warehouse management system, in which we, for nearly 2 months, we researched multiple national, regional, and global warehouse management systems within Europe, and identified and evaluate essentially 3 WMS systems in which, or rather, we funneled off with a list of about 10 or so, and funneled into the top 3, in which Reflex happened to be one of them. We evaluated the organizations based on the following criteria: the company profile. Who were they? What they represent? What were their values? Their competitive advantages? What about this organization stood out? What was essentially their key feature? Also, the products and services, the functions and features, the platform they offered, the whole service, their ecosystem, did it match our needs? We also evaluate them on the target market and their customers. Who and where are they working with? We needed WMS in which the organization had experience with European customers, and rather experience in our industries. We also evaluate them on the product quality, the way they demonstrated the demo, and how they showcased their platforms. Most importantly, how their team members understood their platforms and were able to share their insights and their knowledge about it. We also evaluated the WMS based on availability, the customer support, the pricing, the API accessibility, meaning if their platforms were able to be integrated with other platforms, And last but not least, the time scale, the time frame. How long would it take for the organization to support us in the implementation process of the warehouse management system? And after weeks of evaluating, we finalized on Reflex. Reflex promised us an optimized logistic process in which receipts, preparation shipments, order picking, stock management, inventories, transport and deliveries, quality control, and return management would be optimized. We would, with the Reflex WMS, improve our overall logistics processes. Reflex offered a fully customizable, robust, and efficient WMS that able to handle large volumes of pallets, package or units, and ensured us an end-to-end traceability and compliance with applicable regulations to manage certain categories of products. Most importantly, it offered the full web and open warehouse management software that would be able to integrate with our e-commerce platform. Reflex was the perfect fit for our needs. Most importantly, they offered an express methodology in which we, in a matter of weeks, implemented the Reflex WMS. Now, within those weeks, involved a lot of time, dedication from different teams, the technical team and the functional team and the consultants from Reflex, to come together, cooperate, and essentially implement the WMS. The first key takeaway is communication is key towards clarity. We needed to be aligned on the same page so that we, along with the Reflex consultants, were able to, page by page, close the chapter together. Essentially, we noticed that there were moments in which either BYD or Reflex missed out on communicating or miscommunicated in certain scenarios in which in a way complicated the implementation. However, once we were realigned, we headed towards the successful procedure of implementing the WMS. The second key takeaway is the planning fallacy. We underestimate how long projects will take and overestimate how quickly we can get things done. Now, in essence, we thought essentially as a theme, we expected that the project would take a matter of 3 months or so. And essentially, when everything was going smoothly, the next thing we know that a small minor complication led to a small delay in the overall implementation. However, these things are hard to expect as a human. Therefore, the planning fallacy is something to take into consideration when actually setting out the whole planning. The third main takeaway is teamwork makes the dream work. In fact, BYD stands for Build Your Dream, and teamwork has been fundamental in building the dream for BYD. And for this Reflex WMS, teamwork was fundamental towards making that dream work, towards actually optimizing the whole logistic processes, working together with the Reflex consultants, with Utilize, who supported us with the e-commerce platform, and communicating essentially all together, cooperating towards the successful implementation of the Reflex WMS. Now, what do I mean by successful? We were essentially able to improve the manual-based labor activities, which back before the WMS took about 11 activities for the inbound process to cut down into 4 activities. We went to a system-based process control in which we cross and triple check with barcode scanning, and overall takes less processing time per activity to inbound our goods, receipts. In regards to the outbound process, our label-related processes went from 15 to 7 activities. We halved our level of activities with the support of the Reflex WMS. We now have an integrated information sharing platform with a replenishment, sales, and an end customer overview. Most importantly, we have a less time-consuming ordering process with transparent information. And our a vision of having an integrated planning and execution platform of the WMS and the web portal and our ERP system all together combined in one to provide a full fit solution to our customers is coming to reality and has come to reality. Now we also managed to improve the flow of work, right? We're able to monitor, manage, and identify outstanding work. The WMS essentially highlights and provides the user a better overview of outstanding tasks, which improves the overall control of the delivery process. We increased our agility and responsiveness to change, and we're able to now meet the demands of our customers for electric spare parts. Reflex WMS also provides a high-level dashboard and metrics to have a better overview of all the processes happening within the warehouse. We're able to essentially use Reflex to improve the control of the delivery processes and to guarantee our customers a timely delivery of their goods. Now, this brings us to our future. We're focusing on the present to build an integrated planning and execution platform for the future. So what we do is we try to focus on the future while focus on the present while taking the future into consideration. With the Reflex WMS, we're prepared for the future. We're prepared for the challenges to come in the coming decade. With this, we're essentially able to support the growth of BYD and the growth of demand for electric vehicles. Our expansion plan is essentially to have essentially a bigger warehouse, or possibly implementing more possibilities for innovation, such as increasing the level of innovation, such as having drones or more technological advancements to manage and monitor our warehouses in the coming years to come. We also have many different sites in Europe in which we are able to, or we would need to apply the Reflex WMS. So the ambitions are endless for the coming decade with the current growth and trajectory for the electric vehicles. With that, I'd like to thank you for listening, and I wish you a successful day and hope you enjoyed listening to the introduction for BYD and the Reflex WMS. Thank you.